Hello and welcome back to another doujinshi review from White Album 2. Now today we're looking at a short novel style doujinshi, which covers a storyline that honestly I'm surprised I've never seen before because it seems like it would be a really common one to cover, but it hasn't been done yet as far as I've found, so kind of an interesting thing here. Of course, the cover is slightly not safe for work, so we're going to cover it up. Cover up the cover. So, this is After All, White Album 2 IC Setsuna if root SS. So, the if root just kind of means like a what if, which is, what most doujinshis end up covering anyways. But, so the art in this doujin is gorgeous. It's really, really nice. So as I mentioned before, it is a short story, a short novel style doujinshi, but it does have more images than most styles of that type, most written works. I think this has 7 different images, if I'm not mistaken, which is a lot more than you would think. So this is written by Snowfox and illustrated by U. You can find him at U-IP. Now, we can take a look at some of it. We unfortunately can't take a look at the images inside because every single one of them is not safe for work, but I will go ahead and show you kind of how the book is set up and what it's all about. So, without further ado, let's take a look at After All. So, starting from the very beginning, this is a game from Leaf. As we know, White Album 2 is made from Leaf. It is a PC game, extended edition, and it goes on to note that there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this work, so be careful if you haven't played all the routes or the whole game, and that also this storyline strays from what actually happens in canon. Which makes sense, and you'll go ahead and see why soon. So the way this is written, as with most of Snowfox's work, is it's laid out by date, which is kind of neat. Now, if you notice here, it starts out February 9th and moves to February 14th. So if you've played White Album 2 before, you can probably figure out what this is about. This regards Setsuna's birthday, which is on Valentine's Day. What is interesting specifically about this book is that it's her birthday, but because it is the what if, this is, well, what would happen if Haruki had gone and celebrated with Setsuna that day on her birthday, rather than, of course, going and seeing Kazusa and trying to drag her to the birthday party, and then that didn't end up happening. This doujin kind of covers, well, what if he just went straight to her birthday party? Which, as we know, she was ready for him. She was ready to kind of give herself to him as a present for her own birthday. And things would have turned out so differently. And they do in this novel. This is actually a pretty happy one, honestly. It's just pretty much Haruki goes to Setsuna's house. They both get romantic with each other. And then the following weeks, they're just kind of hanging out with each other, you know what I mean, in a romantic way. And that's basically the whole story. It's just various scenarios of them hanging out after the fact. And like I said, I'm surprised I haven't seen this before, simply because that's such an obvious way you could kind of make this situation go. Like, oh yeah, Haruki just goes to her house. That's what the game was expecting. It was implied that she wanted to do that with him. And yet I had never seen it covered before this, so kind of neat to finally see it written out. And that's pretty much the end of this doujin. The afterword is just kind of saying exactly what I've been saying, what if he had gone straight there? What if he hadn't chased Kazusa that one time? It would have avoided so much drama. So that's it. Thank you for reading, is what he's saying. He's also wishing that he can see the readers, which is us, at Comiket 99. Comiket 99 is scheduled for this coming December, so December 2021. And the reason he notes it like, I hope so, is because it's been canceled. The last 2 Comic-Cats has been canceled due to COVID. So he's really, really hoping he can get there and see a bunch of the readers and just kind of share his own story. So again, this was After All, White Album 2, Introductory Chapter, Setsuna's If Route side story. So you can see some of the Twitter information for the illustrator, and then snowfox-yu.ip, the writer and the illustrator. And that is the end. The back cover just simply says Snow Fox, which is the writer of this doujin. So, thank you so much for joining me on this doujinshi review, and I will be reviewing additional White Album 2 doujins in the future. So until then, I hope you take care. See you!